Summertime by the Bay, AT&T Park in San Francisco. Tonight we begin our road trip with the first of three between the Chicago Cubs and the San Francisco Giants. Giants baseball is next on the show. Jim Rector, a lefty from the state of Kentucky, gets the ball here. What's your take on him, H?
Well, for right now, he's just allowing over a base runner per inning. That's very good for a starting pitcher. It tells me that he keeps his team in the game every inning. And really, if you win the innings, you're going to win the game in the end.
Digging in, John Jay. And the home-away splits tell us he's actually quite a bit better hitting on the road than he is at home. Popped up. Number 63 is there for it. He's got it one away. With that, a look at the Cubbies' starting lineup. What's the key for them to win this series opener, Harold?
If you like the long ball, this is your team. Matt, they back and let it fly. 2-0, 3-1. They're coming out of the shoes. This is going to be fun to watch.
Here's Chris Bryant now. He went deep in the contest last night. Into the windup and the pitch. Hit high and deep out to left field. And he will make the play out there, and there are two away now.
He got that one pretty good. It just didn't have the right launch angle to carry over the outfielder's head. Small difference where the ball hit the bat could have made all the difference.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He had a couple of hits in that ball game last night. He's ready. Here's the first offering. Swinging a soft liner. On to first, and can you believe it? A three-pitch inning. And just like that, the side is retired. So a fairly painless top of the first. And now we'll see what the Giants can do. No score. Jake Arrieta gets the starting nod for the Cubs in this one. Harold, what do you got?
Well, Matt, his last three outings have been, I'd say, inconsistent. They haven't been good. His ERA is over 4, just giving up too many runs. And when you give up that many runs, you're not going to win games.
Into the box now is the leadoff man, Hunter Pence, as he'll kick off the home half of inning number 1.
Right fielder, Hunter Pence. Fans, don't forget that our homestand continues right here tomorrow night with another contest versus these Chicago Cubs. Good seats are still available, but don't delay. Stop by any ticket window here at the ballpark on your way home, or visit us online at the home of the 2010 World Series champs, sfgiants.com. Fans, it's getting close to back-to-school time here at the ballpark, but there's still time to take in a few more games before that dreaded first bell rings. Individual seats are still available, or why not pick up a 4 or 6 game mini plan? Perfect for those final few nights of summer vacation. Visit any stadium ticket window for ticket information. Hey fans, be sure to pick up a copy of G Magazine, the official program of the Giants, which features in-depth stories, a player roster, a scorecard, and other useful information about AT&T Park. G Magazine is sold online or at any souvenir stand throughout AT&T Park.
First pitch hack in here, and that's the first strike. Well, Harold, as we take a look at the Cubs coming into play here tonight, they come into this one in decent form, as despite the loss last time out, they've won 6 of their last 9.
Well, Matt, I mean, the simple way to put it, they lost their last game. This is where baseball comes the best to me, where all the cliches come in. You got to have a short-term memory, and you really do. The game's over. You can't do anything about it. You got to come back today and play better and win.
And with that, a look at Bruce Bochy's lineup card for the Giants. What's the key to sending fans home smiling tonight, Harold? Denard Span comes on with 1 gone here as he looks at a called strike 1. And set up behind the dish is Eric Summersgill as you see the rest of the umpiring crew there.
Summersgill's a little notorious for having a wide zone. Really frustrating for hitters. I saw one guy turn around at him one day and yell, "Is this a picnic table or is it a plate?" Yeah, he was tossed before he finished the sentence.
Locked him up with the off-speed stuff on that one. Denard Span becomes out number 2 this inning. Stepping in, Brandon Belt. He enters play at number. And he takes a cold strike, 0-1. Into the windup, here comes the 0-1. Turned on that one and crushed it, just pulled it a little foul.
Fans, remember that the tradition continues this year, as every Friday night is an Orange Friday at AT&T.
Arrieta into the windup. Here's the 0-2. To short, hit hard. Baez fields it cleanly. Throw in time, and the side is retired. Giants down in order. We are still scoreless. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras.
Leading off for the Cubs.
And it's been a great season for him so far with the bat in his hands. He's got the average up over 340 here entering play. Here's the first pitch to him. Fastball, and he swings through it to fall behind. Harold, you take a look at the Giants as they begin play here tonight. They've been on a real nice run of late, winning 5 of their last 6 games.
Yeah, Matt, I mean, nothing better than playing good baseball in front of the home crowd, and you're 4-1 homestand. That's good baseball. They're executing. They're getting good pitching. I love watching them play right now. They're in a nice groove.
Wow, not sure what that was, but talking about having your mind made up you're going to swing before the pitcher even throws a pitch. I don't know how you swing at that pitch.
Another 0-2 home. Oh, and he dusted him off the plate that time. Some mind games being played now. It's 1-2.
I'll tell you, there was intent behind that pitch. I'm not saying he was trying to hit him, but when you're facing a guy like this, you don't want him to get too comfortable in that batter's box.
Inside with the slider, and that'll back him up a bit.
Pretty good pitch and a great take there. There's not a lot you could do with that slider breaking down and in unless you can catch it way out front and hook it down the line. You see a lot of swinging misses on those.
Fastball called, strike 3, and there's the first out of the inning.
Let's take a look at the Giants defense, brought to you by Majestic. And these guys can really defend. All you got to do is look at the error column. They're in the top 5 fewest errors in the league. They don't beat themselves very often. You're going to have to earn it to beat them.
Took a wave at one around the shins with no luck. Grounder down the line at third. But this will wind up a foul ball, strike 2.
Every time you go out there to start a game on the mound, you hope to settle in quickly and get into a groove, and he's definitely done that so far in the early going. Looks like he could go pretty deep into this one.
And there's one well above the zone for a ball. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Good bite to that sinker as he gets him to swing through it for out number 2.
Batting 6th, center fielder number 5.
So striding forward now, Albert Almora hitting just a bit over the Mendoza line on the year. Sent on the ground out to second, and a base hit, the first of the game for the Cubs. So a 2-out knock, and we'll go a little deeper into the top of the second.
Well, he's been on a bit of a cold streak, and he gets a base hit there. That's the kind of hit. He didn't hit it hard. This is one of those that you need to get in the hit column. This is a good jump start for him.
Here's Jason Hayward now, as he'll reach for one and come up empty for the first strike. The numbers on the year, 272, 13 home runs, and 42 runs batted in. Here's the 0-1. Chopped foul at the plate here, and it's 0-2. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Got him swinging, and that will end the inning. One left for the Cubs. We'll go to the bottom of the second. No score. So stepping in, Buster Posey. And this is a good-looking matchup for him here. As you can see, he's hit lefties quite a bit better than he has right-handers this season. Now here it comes. Swing and a high pop-up back onto the outfield grass now. Therefore, it is Baez, and he's got it for the first out.
All right, time for the majestic defensive alignment for the Cubs. In this day and age, when teams are moving all over the place playing the shift, these guys are old school, very traditional. You don't see the shift applied very often to this club.
Brandon Crawford is at the plate now as he looks at strike one. And he lays off for ball one.
He obviously wanted that call on the corner, but if he continues to put the ball right there, he's going to get that call, and he's going to keep pitching as well as he is.
Number 8 is there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
Batting 6th, left fielder, number 53.
Stepping up now, number 53. He enters play hitting down in the 240s for the year. Pitch to the plate is a sinker for a called strike one. Slider, and look out, that's up in the danger zone. Now the pitch. Swung on and missed. 1-2 now.
This has been a remarkable start to the game. You talk about pitch count. Now, he only threw 9 pitches in the first inning, and here he is with another chance in the second inning to go single.
And we'll have to leave it there as this is strike 3, and that will retire the side. Giants are down 1-2-3. We'll move to the third with no score. Striding in, Javier Baez, and he's looking to turn things around. Ice cold at the plate in recent action. First delivery to him on the way. Chased after that one, and it's 0-1. And he's got to be more disciplined here. It's 0-2.
Well, there's no doubt what he was thinking on those first 2 swings. Big power swings. Now he's got to dial it back a little bit and try to put that ball in play.
Bounced softly in front of the plate. Throw to first in time, and the leadoff man is gone to start the third.
Batting 9th, the pitcher number 49, Jake Arrieta.
So striding in, Jake Arrieta, as he'll get his first opportunity in this one. Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And no swing, apparently. Ball 1. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. Good swing, just got to try and straighten that one out.
Oh, he's clearly hitting off the fastball right there. You don't hit one that hard if you're not looking for it.
Ready with the 1-1 pitch. Got a big pass at a slider that gets past him.
Well, he doubled up on that slider, so that tells me he's really feeling it at this point in the game. Good chance we'll see a heavy dose of that slider as this start continues.
Fastball, strike 3 called as he couldn't pull the trigger, and there are 2 away.
The left fielder number 30.
In now is John Jay. 0 for 1 here in the early going. First pitch coming. Here it is. Takes a look at a slider that catches the inside corner. And now a pitch on the way. Chop fouled over towards the coaching box. Third inning, no score to this point. And a check swing here. They'll point down to the third base umpire, but no swing on that one. It's ball 1. Looking for the strikeout. Here's the 1-2. Froze him for strike 3, and that retires the side. Cubs are down in order. Home half of the third coming up. No score. Here's Joe Panic. 7, 8, and 9 to start the home third.
Not much going on offensively so far for these guys. 6 up, 6 down. We'll see if the bottom part of the lineup can get something going.
Well, the home crowd seems a little restless, so I'm sure they'd appreciate it.
Hey fans, a reminder that ferry service to Larkspur and Oakland is available at the ferry terminal adjacent to Seals Plaza. Ferries depart 20 minutes after the conclusion of the ball game.
In there, no balls and a strike. His history with Jake Arrieta, he's gone 2 for 6. The windup and the 0-1. And a slider runs in on him as he has to lean out of the way. A 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. And this is chopped foul near the plate, and the count will move to 1-2 now. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Hit to third. Bryant's got it. And he's retired here, 1 away.
Batting 8th, third baseman, number 63.
At the plate, number 63. He brings a rather ugly 230s batting average into this one. Didn't get on top of the sinker at all. If that's what it was trying to be, it stayed high. Giants are still searching for their first hit of the ball game. Swing and a miss. Little too anxious there. 1-1.
Watching him on the mound, I'm really impressed with what he's doing right now. He's been really aggressive and confident over the last couple of innings.
In front of the changeup, and he can't keep it fair. 2 strikes on him now. Again, he sends it out of play. Bottom of inning number 3, 0-0 our score.
Giants fans, you want to arrive at the ballpark early next Sunday afternoon.
Hit out towards second. In time to first, and there are 2 away.
Had to protect there with 2 strikes, and he just got it off the end of the bat. Not much of a problem for the infield at that point.
Coming to the plate now, Jim Rector. 2 away in the inning, and Dan, it looks like this could be another 1-2-3 inning for him.
Yeah, he has really found a groove on the mound, and it's been impressive to watch. It'll be interesting to see how long he can keep this dominance up.
Into the windup and the pitch. Well hit, but also well fouled into the seats in left. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 out, nobody on. And he'll come back with 1 in the dirt as the count moves to 2-1 now.
Well, these are just extra pitches that are just going to add to your pitch count. He's not trying to work around him, and no reason to, but sometimes you just lose the strike zone for no apparent reason.
Arrieta is ready. Here's the 2-1. Ripped on the ground to first. And that's the first hit in this one for the Giants.
Wow, I'm not sure how, but it looks like he didn't even touch this thing. Might have been thinking about throwing the ball before he actually caught it. The game moves fast, but you have to do one thing at a time.
Hunter Pence is in for his second plate appearance as he looks at a ball. It's 1-0.
He still might be looking for that release point on that curveball early in this outing. That one looked like it popped out of his hand behind his ear instead of out front. We'll see if he finds that pitch because it'll be important for him.
Chopped foul over towards the dugout. And a foul tip here, but it's held onto for the out. Good work behind the plate, and the inning is over. Giants leave 1. We'll head to the 4th, still scoreless. Digging in for his second at-bat, Chris Bryant. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Chris Bryant.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. And you wonder about the control now as he misses high with a slider. Well, if you love pitching and defense, this has been a game for you. Are you happy with that, Dan?
Oh, you have to love. You know, Matt, we have so many of these games that are 12-10 and 9-8. It's nice to see a low-scoring pitcher's duel for once.
Down low, 2 balls and a strike.
Well, he clearly read the scouting report. This guy's been sizzling hot, and look at how careful he's been pitching him.
2-1 pitch is a sinker, swung on and missed. 2-2.
Now that's a big swing. That's what the big fella's supposed to do. Look to go downtown. Let it all fly. He let the dog out right there. I want to see if he calms it down or does it again on this pitch.
Throw to first in time. 1 gone here in the 4th.
Now batting.
And so after getting the ground ball with the fastball on that last pitch, that'll segue perfectly to our pitch speed comparison for these two starters. And whoa, look at that for a top speed. 98 miles an hour. That man is flat dealing. Digging in to try it again. Anthony Rizzo comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch on its way. There's that little sinker right over the outside corner. Pitching has the upper hand early as we're scoreless in inning number 4. And boy, was he ever fooled on that pitch. It's 0-2 now.
That was an ugly swing, and that's indicative of how they've been swinging the bat today. They just have not looked like they're picking the ball up at all. He's just dominating.
And that is swung on and missed. He's down on strikes, and the first 2 are retired here to begin inning number 4.
Catcher.
Now to the plate, Wilson Contreras. 0 for 1 for him here in this one. Swing and a miss, but he's right on here. 1 strike.
I like the fact that they're swinging early in the count, and they're really aggressive right now early in this game. But there will come a time you got to be patient. If you're swinging the strikes, that's one thing, but make him work a little bit.
And he'll get there in plenty of time to put this one away, and that ends the inning. It'll be Denard Span to lead us off when we return. On to the bottom of the 4th now, still with no score. Striding in once again, Denard Span. He'll lead it off against Jake Arrieta.
Denard Span.
Ready to deliver. Here's the first pitch. And there's a sinker that he just spits on as it misses low. The windup and the 1-0 pitch. And he just misses with a curveball.
Remember, he was a strikeout victim last time up, but this at bat seems to be a totally different direction. He's showing good patience now, and he's got a real good count at 2-0.
Now a sinker falls in there for a called strike. 2-1. Into the windup. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Hot shot on the ground is short. There's Baez. No problem here. 1 away.
The first baseman, number 9.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Brandon Belt. He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Not even close on that swing. No balls and a strike. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Reaches out for one and hits it on the ground to second. Throw gets him. 2 down.
Now batting, the catcher, number 28. Buster Posey.
Now at the plate, Buster Posey. He flew out in his last at bat. A fastball here as he'll take a look at ball 1. 1-0.
Yeah, that looked like a strike, but let me tell you, when you're staring at a big 0 in the hit column, getting a call like that to go your...
There's a swing and a ball hit in the air, and a ball that he got every stitch of, as that one, without a doubt, is gone. A solo home run for Buster Posey. 19th home run for him on the season as the Giants are staked to a 1-0 lead.
Only the first hit of the night, but it was a big one. He absolutely punished that mistake, and you have to wonder if that will open the floodgates a little.
The shortstop, number 35. Brandon Crawford.
Here's the shortstop, Brandon Crawford. As the first pitch misses to him, it's ball one. He popped out in his first trip. Here comes the 1-0. And the changeup is way low that time. Just one hit apiece for both of these clubs. And that catches the outside corner. It's 2-1. 2 balls and a strike. Here it comes. Now a swing, and he just fouls this one away. Hit hard on the ground towards second. Fielded cleanly. Throw to first in plenty of time, and the side is retired. Some more of the colorful characters here at the ballpark tonight. Back with more Monday Night Baseball following this. Digging in the switch hitter, number 8. He's 0 for 1 thus far.
Number 8.
Into the windup and the pitch. Liner towards second, but this will be gloved out there at second as he didn't have far to go for the out. So still nothing against him on the scoreboard here in the 5th as we check out the league leaderboard for team ERA. And as of right now, these guys find themselves in the number 5 spot in that category in the NL. Ready for another chance? Albert Almora, 1 for 1 after a single his first time up. This one's down to third. Oh, look at the sliding stop. Hey now.
Now batting, right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. Comes into this at bat 0 for 1 in the ball game. First pitch of the at bat on its way. Swing and a little blooper to center. Panic ranging into the outfield. He gets there to make the play, and that ends the inning. 5 innings have been no problem as he's got the shutout working. Last half of the 5th coming up. The Giants lead it 1-0. Digging in now, number 53. 0 for 1 for him here in this one.
Number 53.
Good looking sinker on the inside corner. Into the windup. Here comes the 0-1. This is line to left. And he will run this one down, moving to his right, and that's the first out of the inning.
Number 12.
Here's Joe Panic. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. Looking at a tough pitch called a strike. 1 run, just 1 hit, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Line toward the alley in left center, and that's into the gap and should be extra bases. Around first, he's digging for second, and he'll reach second now with 1 away.
Everyone knows that this guy's numbers are not where he wants them to be so far this year, but you never know by that swing. He looked fluid and confident, driving that pitch for a double. We'll see if that gets him going a bit.
In now, number 63, as he'll take a look at ball 1. He's 0 for 1 after grounding out in his only trip to the plate so far. A ball and no strikes. Here it is. A swing and a miss just out in front of that fastball. Runner at second here with one man out. A swing and a miss at the good old Uncle Charlie.
Got him to chase after the curveball below the zone there. That was a really nice pitch, and it can be a really tough one to lay off of as a hitter.
Here's a high pop-up. Bryant camps under it, and he's got it for out number 2.
Up next for the Giants, pitcher Jim Rector.
Standing in, Jim Rector. And a chance now to increase his lead if he can deliver something here with 2 gone. Looking to keep this a 1-run game. The pitch in there for strike 1. 1 run, 2 hits, and no errors on the Giant ledger to this point. Swing and a miss here, and he's behind in the count now, 0-2.
Obviously, he wants to help himself out right here. With 2 strikes, that's going to be difficult to do. Let's see if he can put the ball in play.
Tried to get him to go after one below the knees, but it's 1-2.
Wow, that's a tough pitch to lay off right there. You're down 0-2. You're in protect mode. You want to chase that ball. Nice layoff.
Curveball that time, not even close.
Man, this at-bat has changed quickly from 0-2 now to 2-2.
A swing and a miss. That retires the side, and that will do it. 1 left for San Francisco, but they're on top 1-0. Here's Javier Baez. They'll start things out in their half of the 6th as they look to shake things up here for a lineup that, quite frankly, has been non-existent to date.
No doubt about that, Matt. They've been completely overmatched to this point. 1 hit through 5 innings. I mean, what else can you say about the pitching they faced other than it's been fantastic? We'll see if that continues as we approach the later inning.
Now some action out in the Giants bullpen as they'll have both a left-hander and a right-hander get loose. Oh, he had him fooled there. No balls and 2 strikes. Sinker misses, and it's 1-2 now.
Good pitch there on 0-2. Breaking ball out of the zone away. Might set up another breaking ball to see if he'll chase this one a little bit farther off the plate.
And this is going to be a foul ball.
I like the pitch right there. 2-strike fastball out of the zone. See if he'll chase. I'd go even further out this time. See if he chases it again.
And he wasn't going to hit that one with an or. The strikeout, and there's 1 gone.
Man, this guy's on his game today, not only when he's throwing strikes, but how about the amount of strikeouts? What's even more impressive, no walks up to this point. So he's pounding that zone with strikes, and he's making these hitters swing the bat.
Stepping in now, Jake Arrieta. And he'll promptly send it in the air out to center field. And Span will haul this one away for route number 2.
Now batting, left fielder John Jay.
In now is John Jay. 3rd trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. And it looks now like a right-hander's getting hot in the Giants bullpen. And a high strike there, 0-1. Boys, we see the pitch count. It's hard to remember the last time we saw a guy pitch this efficiently.
Yeah, Matt, it's incredible to watch him go after guys. He's forcing a lot of early contact, and they haven't done a whole lot with the balls they put in play against him.
Bases are empty here with 2 men out. And he struck him out, his 8th punch out of the ball game, and that one ends the inning. Hunter Pence. Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He started out the evening 0 for 2 so far. Into the windup and the pitch. Pitch swung on and hit in the air. Hayward has a read on it. 1 down.
The center fielder, number 2, Denard Span.
Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. He's 0 for 2 thus far in this one. And he takes a pitch right down the middle. Bases are empty, 1 man out. pulled toward right center field. Giving chase is Almora, and this is into the alley and ought to be good for extra bases. Around second now, and they still haven't flagged this one down. And he's in there at third with a one-out triple.
And that's his second triple this season. For some hitters, that's a career. Good swing and great hustle to pick up the three-bagger.
Brandon out.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt, as he takes a cold strike at the knees. It's 0-1. He's hitless in his 2 at-bats so far. From the stretch. Ball 1.
Hey, that's not some bad pitching right there. You're 2 pitches down, but you have a runner on third, and you know this hitter is looking for something up in the zone that he can hit into the air for a sacrifice fly.
And this ball runs away for ball 2. 2-1. Gets the sign. Here comes the 2-1. And this is fouled at the plate. He's set. Here's the 2-2. Well hit. Deep down the right field line. Into the cove, but foul. A man at third with 1 away. And this will be fouled away.
Well, that's 3 foul balls in a row. He's definitely battling up there.
Ready with another 2-2. Strike 3 on a pitch in the dirt. And he makes the throw to first. Belt is retired. 2 down now.
Good pitch there, and that was a nice job by his battery mate to complete the play first after the ball hit the dirt.
Buster Posey.
Buster Posey will stride in again, and you can bet he'd love to do again what he did back in the 4th. A solo home run here that's been the only long ball of the game so far. And that pitch catches the inside corner.
That's a big pitch right there. It could change the at-bat. When you're facing a good hitter like this, that first pitch, strike 1, is so important as to who's going to control this at-bat.
And a backhanded reach at first, but he can't flag it down. And they'll extend their lead even further as the run's in to score from third. It's a 2-0 ball game. And he'll get in there safely.
The shortstop, number 35.
Digging in once again, Brandon Crawford. No hits in 2 trips to the plate for him in the ball game. And there's the 4th wide one, so he's aboard on the intentional walk.
Now batting, number 53.
Ready for another chance. Number 53. We'll see if he can come through in a clutch spot here. 2 on, 2 out here in inning number 6. First pitch of the at-bat on its way. And a curveball that started low and broke lower. Ball 1. Out of play off to the right. It's 1-1. 2 men are on with 2 men out. And this one's tapped foul at home plate. Here he comes on a ball and 2 strikes. And a slider's in the dirt as he lays off it for a ball. Working for the punch out and the offering. Hard liner, but picked up on a hop. Throw on to second for the force, and the side is retained here on the Buster Posey double. The 2-3-4 hitters now to start the 7th. It's now 2-0 San Francisco. Back here in San Francisco, Giants leading this one as we get set for the 7th. But before it gets underway, there you see our game summary through the first 6 innings of play. Here's Chris Bryant now. And guys, 7th inning already. Hey, I'm not complaining, but this one's been flying by.
Yeah, I'll agree with that, Matt. That's what you get when both starting pitchers have it working. Neither of them have been nibbling around the strike zone at all, and they've trusted their defense to make the plays, and they've done just that.
Yeah, and it's resulted in a game that could really go either way in these late innings.
Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. He comes in 0 for 2 thus far. Pitch on the way. And a neck-high fastball that time.
He's been doing a nice job out there on the mound, but the deeper you get into the game, the more the hitters have seen you. This is the part of the lineup that he has to be really careful with.
Number 63 takes charge out there, and he stays with it for the 2nd out.
The catcher, number
That's
40.
exactly what they wanted out of that pitch up in the zone. They took him up the ladder, and he couldn't get up to it. So that was an easy pop-out. Well-executed pitch there.
Action in the bullpen now as a right-hander begins to throw out there. Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. The windup and the 0-1. Line drive to left. Number 53 is there, and they go down in a hurry here as his side is quickly retired. Digging in to try it again, Joe Panic. 1 for 2 with a double on his line thus far.
Baseman, Joe Panic.
Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Saws him off here as this ball's popped into the air, and he'll steer clear of the flying debris to make the catch here for the first
Now
out.
batting, number 63.
Ready once again, number 63. It's been an 0 for 2 effort for him to this point. Swing and a miss at a first pitch changeup. 0-1.
Well, he swung right through that on that changeup. The changeup is a tough pitch to swing at for the first pitch because you haven't measured his velocity yet, so you don't know what you're going to see coming your direction.
A slider that just grabs the outside corner.
You know, when a guy starts to get tired, you often see their breaking stuff start to flatten out, but that's not the case here. Still has really nice finish on that slider, as we just saw.
The windup and the 0-2 pitch. And he'll try and tempt him with one in the dirt, but he'll hold back here. It's 1-2.
Those 0-2 curveballs are really tough for guys to lay off. There's a reason it's such a common pitch in that count, but he did well to spit on it there.
Well, that's great discipline. He's clearly sticking with his plan. Those 2 balls were down. He's thinking to himself, make him get it up before I swing. Get it off the knees.
Got him.
I think that curveball is a big reason why he's able to turn things around in this start after a rough beginning. It's got some good bite to it. So that tells me he's doing a nice job of snapping it off out front. Really finishing that pitch like you're supposed to.
Swing and a little tapper, but it's foul. Strike 1. The average not quite where he wants it, down in the 220s. 3 homers and 19 driven in. Now a changeup in on the hands that evens it at 1-1. That nibbled the corner there, but missed. 2-1. 2 out, nobody on. Now a swing and a chopper foul right at home plate. And he struck him out, his 7th of the ball game, and that ends the inning. Giants down in order, but they're on top 2-0. Hunter Strickland It's been summoned from
Now
the
pitching for
bullpen
the
as he'll do
Giants,
so to start the 8th.
Number 60, Hunter Strickland.
Striding in once again, number 8.
Leading
Third
off for the
trip to
Cubs,
the plate for him here
second
tonight.
baseman,
0 for 2 at this
number
point.
8.
There's a swing and a high drive into left center field. Span going back on it, and they'll have to chase it down out around the 382 sign. Around second, he's on his way to third, and he'll get there as he legs out the leadoff triple.
Now batting, the center fielder, Albert Almora.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. He represents the potential tying run if he can launch one or find a way around the bases.
Yeah, Matt, I kind of doubt he's thinking about going yard, even though that would be the best result they could hope for. He's not a long ball threat, and he knows it. So he could just be looking for some way to keep that line moving.
And that is into center field as he comes through. It's a base hit. And they're on the board as now it's a 2-1 ball game.
Back-to-back pitches, a triple, and then an RBI single. He better step off and take a breather here.
Standing in now, Jason Hayward, as he'll take a look at a slider that can't make it back to the corner. It's ball 1. He's 0 for 2 in the ball game so far. Ready with the 1-0 pitch. Swing and a miss just behind a lively fastball.
That's a big fastball, obviously, and we're going to see this reliever throw it a lot.
1-1, here it comes. Soft liner to the right side, and that'll get down for a base hit. And that runner will go no further than second as there are 2 aboard now.
Well, that puts the tying run at second and the go-ahead run at first base. If you can get that knock or get that guy in from first base, you know you've got a chance with that bullpen to hold it up.
Into the box, Javier Baez. He swings and sends it on a line to right center. And he has come through big time as this ought to tie the ball game and maybe even get him a lead. And to score, the runner from second.
I love the late inning at bats when you come up clutch right there. Big hit, tie this game.
49, Jake Arrieta.
And it appears as though we'll see a pinch hitter now as the switch hitter Ben Zobrist has grabbed a bat and moved into the on-deck circle. Right through it here, and he's behind 0-1. Batting average down in the low 210s. 4 home runs and 19 driven in. The 0-1 delivery. And he'll just get a piece here as this is chopped foul at home plate. Looking to put him away. Here's the 0-2. Now a fly ball, but far too shallow to get that run in. And that will get down as he delivers a big one here. It's a base hit. And that'll score the runner from third as they seize control here, 3-2.
Well, that's a huge base hit. Anytime you get a hit late in the game to give you the lead in the ball game, you feel good about yourself, and his teammates are pumped up as well.
Now pitching for the Giants.
So they'll go to the bullpen now, and it'll be the left-hander here to face the upcoming left-handed batter. In now is John Jay. Not much in the way of productivity from him so far, but he's got a chance. Meanwhile, this ball gets down. It's a base hit. And a big RBI there as the run scores to make this a 2-run game now.
Well, that base hit right there gives them 2-run cushion. When you have a 2-run cushion late in the game, you got to feel pretty good about yourself.
Here's Chris Bryant now.
He swings and sends it in the air to right center field.
Underneath it is Panic, and he's got it for the first out.
First baseman number 44, Anthony Rizzo.
Anthony Rizzo stands in now. No hits in 3 tries so far. He's struck out once. Ready with the first pitch. Here it comes. Sharp slider that time. Just missed inside.
This is a critical point right here. Things are in danger of getting away from him a little, so we'll see how he deals with it.
Lazy fly ball out to center field. And that's going to fall for a base hit. And they will hold that runner over at third as he'll move up only 90 feet, but the bases are loaded with 1 away.
Wilson Contreras.
Here's the young catcher, Wilson Contreras. Hit the ball pretty well in his last at-bat, but it resulted in a line out. Into the gap in left center. This is down, and it'll head for the wall. Zobrist scores. Jay scores.
Yeah, he squares this thing up beautifully and blasts it through the gap all the way to the
Now
wall.
batting,
Then the only question
8.
that remained was whether 2 or 3 runs were going to score. They held the runner at third, but that's a timely 2-run double.
In now, number 8. And here's a ball hit in the air. Able to squeeze this one is Panic, and there are 2 away now.
Center fielder number 5, Albert Almora.
And now here's the versatile outfielder, Albert Almora Jr. He's 2 for 3 thus far. And now we'll take a moment here at home plate as he asks for time. Here comes the first pitch. Swing and a liner. And no shot for Pence. This is going to land foul. A 1 pitch on its way. This is line to left. And that's in there. Base hit. And the runner scores from third as they extend their lead.
Man, he turned on that fastball right there. Ripped the line drive and scored the run easy.
Right fielder, Jason Hayward.
Here's Jason Hayward now. As he connects on the first pitch with a fly ball to center. Span is there to make the catch, and mercifully the side is finally retired. But not only do they take the lead, they also open it up a bit as 7 men come across to score. Not too many more shots left. Home half of the 8th coming up. It's the Cubs 7 and the Giants 2. Ryan Dunsing is on to pitch out of the bullpen in the bottom half of the 8th.
Number 32, Ryan Dunsing.
Here's the right fielder, Hunter Pence. He leads off this half inning in what they hope will be a rebuttal to all those runs they just gave up.
Well, Matt, I think mentally they need to get one or two of these runs back right here. Just getting on the board after getting socked in the mouth by an opposing team can lift the team up a bit. We'll see if they can string something together.
Here's Zobrist now at second. And the throw to first is in time, one gone.
The center fielder, number
Time to
2.
bring you up to date on the numbers for our two starters. It's our starter comparison, and the hometown nine have had trouble generating much by way of hits, as you can see by the left side of your screen. Here's the center fielder, Denard Span. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. Sends that one out of play for strike one. He's set. Here's the 0-1. And a pitch in the dirt as he lays off. It's 1-1. One out, nobody on. Foul right at the plate. The count moves now to 1-2. To 2 balls and 2 strikes now.
Wow, that was a close pitch on 1-2. The count's now at 2-2, but boy, that one very easily could have been called strike 3. Really close pitch.
And another foul ball.
That is the 4th foul ball of this AB right here. He's seeing a lot of pitches.
On the ground near home. That's a foul ball. Now another 2-2. Cue shot here out toward short. And Span is aboard. It's a base hit.
2-strike hitting. Man, you love it when guys are able to fight the ball off and get a hit. Right here, he fights it off and flips it over the middle infielder's head.
Here's the first baseman, Brandon Belt.
As he'll go after the first pitch and bounce it into foul territory.
And this misses the outside corner, so it's knotted up at 1-1. Runner at first here, 1 man out. And he looks at one in there, 1-2. This is grounded foul.
That's a nice job of staying alive. A 2-strike breaking ball just out of the zone. He was able to put enough.
Squared that one up just a little late. Swing and a miss on the changeup, and there are 2 gone.
He put up a pretty good battle at the plate right there. They finally get him on a 1-2 pitch, but you could see that he wasn't laying down without a fight. He really made the pitcher earn that strikeout.
Here's Buster Posey now. And with men on base and 2 away, it feels like this at-bat could go a long way toward deciding this thing.
No doubt, Matt. A base hit here changes this game quite a bit. But if they can't score here, it looks pretty.
And we'll have to leave it there as the play is made here to end the inning. Giants leave 1. They're down 5. It's 7-2. Back now in Northern California's Bay Area. We're set to continue the 9th inning in this one. Derek Law enters from the pen to start the 9th inning as he'll try to keep the score right where it is heading to the bottom of the 9th. Javier Baez is in to start things out as he swings and misses at that one at strike 1. The windup and the 0-1. Hit out towards second. Throw on to first for the out, and that is how the 9th inning gets underway.
The second baseman, number 18.
Here's Ben Zobrist now. First delivery to him on the way. And now a pitch hit sharply on the ground. This gets foul. It's 0-1. Check swing, but he held up in time. Ball 1. Bases are empty. 1 man out. Fastball stays way up that time for ball 2. Zobrist awaiting the 2-1. Here's a swing and a high pop-up. Number 63 is there for it. Makes the play, and there are 2 gone now.
The left fielder, number 30, John Jay.
Ready for another shot now. John Jay singled home a run in his last time up. Low and inside with the breaking ball as that causes him to back up a bit. Into his windup. Here comes the 1-0. Swing and a miss way behind the big fastball.
He threw that ball right by him. When you got a guy throwing that hard, you got to really just think about using your hands and just spread out and let your hands fly. They're going to be quicker than your bat is going to get to the ball.
Now it's swing and a miss, and he's behind 1 and 2.
That is a filthy combination. High 90s with the fastball, and then that nasty curveball. It's almost unhittable, almost unfair to the hitter.
The 1 and 2 pitch. And there's strike 3. So we'll see now if they can manage to hold on to this huge lead as the side is retired. 3 up, 3 down for the Cubs. They're on top 7-2. At the plate, Brandon Crawford. 0 for 2 with a walk for him so far.
Bottom of the 9th. The shortstop, number 35.
Wade Davis takes the mound here. Not a save situation, of course, because of the big lead, but he'll try to finish it out nonetheless.
Wade Davis.
And here's a called strike at the knees. Don't think he liked that one too much, but it's 0-1. Now here's the pitch. Liner towards second. And a throw on by Zobrist gets him at first for out number 1.
Now batting.
And this is not an easy play when you have to range to your right. He really didn't have a chance to get his feet set, so this is all arm. Nicely done.
Number 53 is at the plate as he takes a called strike 1. Swing and a miss. It's 0-2. 2 quick strikes, and now the 0-2. And that is swung on and missed, and things are starting to look bleak here for the home 9. There are 2 away now.
The second baseman, number 12.
Here's Joe Panik. And in the past against Wade Davis, hitless in 3 at-bats. First pitch here misses wide, 1-0. In for a strike, it's 1-1. Swing and a high pop-up. Could be tough back behind third. And he'll put this one away without much trouble, and the Cubs have taken game 1 of the series on the road as the ball game is over.
Yeah, this game was decided in the 8th. That was a huge offensive fireworks coming into the 8th inning. And when the other guys put up a big inning like that against you late in the game, it's really tough to make any kind of a comeback.
And this evening's ends at a 7-2 finish. Jake Arrieta earned his 9th win of the year. So that'll put a wrap on things here this evening. For my partners Harold Reynolds and Dan Plesac, I'm Matt Vasgersian. This has been a presentation of MLB The Show. For more, follow us on Twitter at MLB The Show.
Here now is the final line score tonight. First for the victorious Chicago Cubs. 7 runs on 10 hits. 1 error. They left 3 men on base. For the Giants, 2 runs on 5 hits. No errors. They left 5 men on base. The winning pitcher is Jake Arrieta. His record is now 9-6. The loss goes to Hunter Strickland. He falls to 0-4. Time of the ball game, 3 hours and 17 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance, 41,503. The Giants thank you for attending tonight's game at AT&T Park and remind you to please buckle up and drive home safely. Good night.
Hello there, baseball fans. Let's recap what went down around the league on Monday. Looking first at the NL Central, the Cubs over the Giants in San Francisco, 7-2. The Brewers total 11 hits as they pulverized the Twins, 8-2. The San Diego Padres smacked 15 team hits as they were winners in extra innings over the Reds, 5-4. The Detroit Tigers grabbed 13 hits in the game as they defeated the Pirates at PNC Park, 6-1. Brian Flynn earned the win, his fourth this season, as Kansas City claimed the win over the Cardinals, 3-2. In more Cardinals news, starting pitcher Mike Leake is listed as day-to-day, but is not expected to see any time on the DL. He's dealing with tightness in his forearm. The Nats got together to allow 4 hits as they beat the visiting Marlins, 5-1. The Halos pitched well, allowing 3 hits as they took down the visiting Orioles, 3-0. And that's what's going on around baseball heading into today's action. Join us again tomorrow for more updates from around Major League Baseball.